just lead, to us, right? We're so self-absorbed, you know, and where does that lead us, right? Where does that lead us into the next thing? Lead us into the next chapter. Lead us on the next part of our journey, because if it's all leading. Be strong. So, last part of the series, part 5. Leave a legacy that does not lead back to yourself. Leave a legacy that does not lead back to yourself. See, now that's where it is, right? See, we're so focused on the time running out. We're so focused on we need to achieve this, we need to do this, we need to be here, we need to all these different things, right? But leave a legacy that doesn't lead back to yourself. Have you ever thought of how you want to be remembered? I know I have. I must admit that my answer to this question has changed multiple times throughout my life. As someone who has reached the ranks of what many would consider successful, I can confidently tell you that there's a much more to life than accolades and accomplishments, a job title, a friendship, a relationship, social status, or a number in your bank account will never provide true, lasting fulfillment. A relationship with Jesus Christ, loving God and loving people and leaving a legacy that doesn't lead back to yourself is what it means to live a true, purpose-driven life. When you make serving God your lifestyle, you experience a peace that surpasses any material thing that this world could throw your way. Nothing else will ever satisfy your soul, and trust me, I've tried it all. I found that our priorities in life become a whole lot easier when we realize how temporary our life here on this earth is. We live on borrowed time, and with none of it, I promise, exempt for the very moment we are living in right now. We don't have time to wallow in self-pity, frustration, or confusion because we feel like we aren't where we're supposed to be, or are discouraged that our plans are unfolding like we planned or hoped. We can't afford to stay stuck in what we thought was going to happen, that we miss out on what God is doing now, which is always better than anything we could have ever planned. Where much is given, much is required. How can God trust us with what's next if we're not focused on what He is doing now? Be faithful where your feet are. At the end of the day, we live in a broken, sinful world. We will experience sufferings, trials, tribulations, and heartbreak. It's not a matter of if these disappointments will happen. It's a matter of when. Things won't go as planned, and it will be okay because our circumstances don't take God off His throne. We must choose to stay focused on the one purpose we have while we are here, to love God and to love the people, and to love people where we are. Living a life for God is far from boring, but when you choose to intentionally live for Him every day, He will take you on some wild, exciting, fun adventures that you will want to share with the world. But the best part is you won't be able to take any credit for the stories or the outcome. Our only job is to bring God the glory. As we wrap up our last day of this 5-day plan, I want to leave you with this reminder. What God has for you is for you, but it's not for you. What God has for you is for you, but it's not for you. You are living the legacy you will leave every day. Will you leave a legacy that only leads back to yourself, or will you choose to intentionally live a life of loving God and loving people so well that regardless of their response, you will hear these words from our loving God: "Well done, good and faithful servant," because in the end, that is all that will matter. Matthew 25. The master was full of praise. "Well done, my good and faithful servant. You have been faithful in handling the small amounts, and now I will give you many more responsibilities. Let's celebrate together." Matthew 6. So don't worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will bring its own worries. Today's trouble is enough for today. Luke 12. But someone who does not know and then does something wrong will be punished only lightly when someone has been given much. Much will be required in return, and when someone has been entrusted with much, even more will be required. Psalms 145, let each generation tell its children of your mighty acts. Let them proclaim your power. Proverbs 19, you can make many plans, but the Lord's purpose will prevail. Does it lead back to ourselves? Does it lead back to ourselves? That is the question. Because I feel like, we do these things, and I feel like sometimes all these accolades, all these things just lead, to us, right? We're so self-absorbed, and where does that lead us, right? Where does that lead us into the next thing, lead us into the next chapter, lead us on the next part of our journey? Because if it's all leading back to us, then where in that are we giving glory to God, right? Where are we sending and just, our thanks and pointing everything to God and everything that He's done for us, right? Because if we have yet to even do that, if we have yet to even, go and be able to do those things and be able to lead it all back to God and not ourselves, then that's, where we're at. That's where our heart is at. If we're not leading it back to God, we're leading it to ourselves. So we need to leave a legacy and be focused on leaving a legacy that points back to God. God did this for me. God helped me through this. God got me here. Not I did this. No. It's not about us. It's about how God has got us to this point. Whether it's, God saved me from this, gave me this opportunity, opened this door, brought this person in my life, whatever it is all God. God gave us that opportunity. We did not make it on our own. We did not get out of these situations on our own. No. It was all through God's work. And all for His glory. And all because of His kindness and His love and His mercy on us, right? See, that's where we're at. Everything needs to be pointed back to God. See, I'm focused on leaving a legacy that is focused on pointing it to God, no matter what, right? Like the green screen, camera, whatever things I use, I know God gave me the opportunity, allowed me to see it on sale or see it at a store and be like, okay, I should get this. This will be a good addition to my content that I make that still points to God, right? It's not for me. So that's what I'm saying is all of this is focused on God. All of this is focused on who He is, what He has done, and everything in between, right? Everything in between. So that's what I'm saying. Where is your legacy going to point to? What is your legacy going to say about yourself that other people's legacy ain't saying, right? Where is it going to be at, right? Where is it going to be at? And where is your legacy going to point to? What are people going to say when they talk about you or talk about whatever things that you have done and accomplished or any of these things? And when you are gone, are they going to say that, yeah, this dude, this girl, this dude pointed me to God? I saw it. Just think about that. If you made it to the end of this video, I appreciate you so much, more than you ever know. So, Crayon Rocket, our motto is be unique, be creative, be you. Why is this important? Because we were all created in the image of God. We were all perfectly and wonderfully made. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. Share it, like it, subscribe. I would appreciate it. God bless.